Dear viewers, in today's video we will talk about that surprising plan of Ibrahim Traoré, which has shocked experts around the world and has become the topic of heated debate everywhere. This plan is about rabbits. Yes, Traoré has released 2 million rabbits into the desert of his country at once. But the big question is, why did he take such a step and why are global experts so focused on it? Will this decision change the destiny of Burkina Faso or push the nation into a new challenge? You will find out in this video, so watch till the end because it is going to be fascinating. Friends, recently Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré made a very unusual announcement. Standing before the media in the capital Ouagadougou, he declared that the time had come to change the fate of the nation's land and deserts. Then he spoke words that left everyone stunned. We are going to release 1.2 million rabbits into our desert. The moment this was heard, debate erupted across the country and beyond. Some called it an unbelievable environmental project, while others criticized it as a dangerous gamble with nature. But Traoré's face showed complete confidence. According to him, this was not just about releasing rabbits, it was the start of a revolution. For many years, Burkina Faso has suffered from droughts, sandstorms, and the spread of deserts. Farmlands have become barren. The soil has hardened and trees are disappearing. Villages are emptying as people move to cities in search of jobs and water. Traoré knew that if this trend was not stopped, within a few decades large areas of Burkina Faso would become unlivable. That is why he sat with environmental experts and made a bold plan. According to the project, a vast part of the desert would be fenced and turned into an ecological zone, where millions of rabbits would be released. Rabbits naturally dig the soil, loosen it, and create airways that let moisture pass through. Over time, this can make lifeless soil fertile again. Explaining this further, Traoré said that around the world, when barren land is revived, modern machines and heavy tractors are used. These break hard soil and make it cultivable, but such work costs millions of dollars. Something rich nations can afford, but Burkina Faso simply cannot. With food shortages, electricity crises, and lack of basic services, spending huge money on machines was not an option. So Traoré chose a different path, one where nature itself would do the work. Experts agreed that rabbits, who instinctively burrow and make tunnels, could be perfect for this job. Their activity softens the soil, allows air and water to reach plant roots, and improves underground water flow. In just a few years, land as hard as stone could turn fertile. Traoré explained that with machines they could only cover a small area, but with rabbits the work could be done on a large scale, at low cost, and in a natural way. The money saved would be spent on building water reserves, planting trees, and creating jobs for locals. According to him, this was not just an idea, it was based on real science. Traoré explained that similar experiments had been tried in other regions where animals were used to improve soil and bring back greenery. But the difference was that Traoré was trying this in one of the harshest deserts of Africa. His aim was also to provide jobs. Thousands of people would work in caring for the rabbits, planting trees, and improving water systems. Villagers were told that in the future they could grow crops on this land, and part of the harvest would be bought by the government for national food reserves. But the question remains, will this really succeed? Will the rabbits survive, remain controlled, and truly help the soil? Only the coming years will decide. Yet one thing is clear. This is the biggest environmental gamble in Burkina Faso's history, and if it succeeds, it may truly change the destiny of the nation. A project that has shaken experts across the world, sparked endless debates in universities and media houses, and turned an African desert into the center of global attention. This is the story of Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré and his extraordinary plan involving rabbits, yes, millions of rabbits. Just imagine, a man standing before the press in the capital city of Ouagadougou, surrounded by cameras, reporters, and citizens eager to hear his words. Ibrahim Traoré, a young leader carrying the weight of his nation on his shoulders, steps forward and calmly announces, "We will release 1.2 million rabbits into our desert." For a few seconds, silence fills the room. People wonder, did they hear him correctly? Rabbits in the desert? Isn't that madness? But as his words sink in, a wave of disbelief spreads. Some call it genius, others call it foolishness, but everyone agrees on one thing. The world has never heard of such an idea before. To understand the weight of this announcement, we must go back. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country in West Africa, often forgotten by the world except in times of crisis. For decades, the nation has struggled with poverty, drought, and the advancing Sahara Desert. Entire villages have been swallowed by sandstorms. Farmers who once grew millet, sorghum, and maize now stare at cracked earth where nothing grows. Wells that once gave water are now bone dry. Young people leave for cities or even cross borders in search of survival. The situation is dire. Climate change has made rainfall unpredictable, often too little or too late. When it rains, floods destroy what little is left. When it doesn't, famine lurks. In many parts of Burkina Faso, the soil has become so hard that even modern plows struggle to break it. Trees vanish, roots die, and wind carries away whatever little topsoil remains. This process, known as desertification, has already claimed millions of hectares. Experts predict that if nothing changes within 20-30 years, vast portions of Burkina Faso will be uninhabitable. Traore knows this reality well. He grew up watching families abandon their homes, seeing mothers walk miles to fetch a single pot of water, and children go hungry because the land could no longer feed them. As a soldier-turned-leader, he understands that no army, no economy, and no government can survive if the people themselves lose their land. That is why, instead of ignoring the problem or waiting for foreign aid, he dared to think differently. So when he announced his plan, releasing 2 million rabbits into the desert, he was not just speaking about animals. He was declaring war on desertification. He was saying to his people and to the world, "We will not surrender our land to sand. We will fight back with nature itself." The reaction was immediate and mixed. Local villagers were confused but hopeful. Some laughed and said, "What can rabbits do against the mighty desert?" While others whispered, "Maybe this is the miracle we've been waiting for." Global experts, however, were divided. Some praised Traore for his creativity and courage, calling it a low-cost ecological experiment worth trying. Others accused him of playing a dangerous game, saying rabbits could turn into a plague, destroying crops instead of saving them. But Traore stood firm. With calm eyes and a steady voice, he explained that this was not a reckless gamble, but a carefully studied project designed with scientists and environmental experts. It was not just about rabbits. It was about a revolution in how Burkina Faso approached its environment. So viewers, what do you think? Is this the genius of a visionary leader or the risk of a desperate gamble? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it so more people can join, and subscribe with the bell icon so you never miss our next story.